Coming our way next, we have tax solutions. We are in the middle of tax season, and every little piece of advice that we can avail and hear from the tax advisors and CPAs are worth $1 million. So, bearing that in mind, let's see what piece of tax advice CPA Adil Baloch has to offer us today. By the way, CPA Baloch is from the CPA firm called Accurate Records and Tax Services, located in Montgomery Village, Maryland. The moderator on this set is attorney Ramesh Khurana from the Khurana Law Firm. Let's tune in to these two gentlemen with their exchange of words on the significance of a well-documented plan.
Hello, welcome to the Capital Forum. My name is Ramesh Khurana. I am attorney at law. I have my office in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I have a very well distinguished person here who is present to answer my questions for this episode is Mr. Adil Baloch. Welcome, Mr. Baloch.
Thank you.
Mr. Baloch has his practice in Montgomery County, Montgomery Village, which is also called Gaithersburg in Maryland. And Mr. Baloch is CPA, and also he has achieved certain special qualification, which is CTRS. And I was told only about 196 professionals have this kind of qualification, if I am correct about this number. Okay. So, Mr. Baloch, I am going to ask you questions today about the business plan. You know, business plan is very close to my heart, being an immigration lawyer. I use business plan all the times when I have to file certain petitions relating to the businesses of the beneficiaries or the petitioners. Now, first of all, please explain for the benefit of the audience, what is a business plan, and do you think that well documented business plan can make a difference toward the success of the business?
Absolutely, sure. First of all, let me just clarify something from our last program. We talked about foreign account FATCA report and FBAR, foreign bank account report. I mentioned the deadline to be June 30th, which used to be June 30th not too long ago. It just recently got changed. Now it coincides with the deadline of your tax return filing.
Oh, really?
So the FBAR deadline starting in 2016 is actually April 15, 2016, and I just wanted to clarify that.
So, deadline for the individual tax return filing.
Individual tax return is April 15, so your FBAR is actually coincides, even though it's not part of your tax return.
Right.
The deadline has been changed from June 30th to April 15th.
I think I like the simplification, you know, so that everybody remembers.
Correct.
FBAR, just file it when your tax returns are being filed.
Just file it.
You don't have to remember any other deadline.
Correct.
Thank you very much for doing that.
No problem. My apologies for the incorrect information. Going back to the subject, going back to your question, to answer all your questions with just one word, yes. All of that, the answer to all your questions is yes. When it comes to a business plan, as you said, you hold it very close to your heart. Me being a business consultant, I keep it very close to my heart as well. Business plan, as far as I am concerned, there's probably 50 million definitions of business plans out there. But if you ask me, business plan is your roadmap. It actually converts the thoughts and ideas that you have in your mind about launching a product or trying something different or using even a hobby or something that you have passion for into a revenue generating, profit based business. It is something that will convert all those things and bring those down to a science. It is going to provide you the roadmap. As they say, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And obviously, if you want to go to a certain place and you specifically know what is it that you want to do and where you want to go, business plan is something that will actually take you there. Let me give you a good example here. We being in Washington, D.C., everybody's familiar with Small Business Administration, SBA. They have gone from one extreme in the 90s on how do you get the loan from them and how tedious the process was to, in some cases, even 24 hours turnaround, and you can actually get the loan in 24 hours. Believe it or not, if your business plan is really solid and it's really good, the banks and financial institutions do not even require any kind of collateral. They'll just give you the money to actually use your idea just because You have articulated it so well. You have the entire strategy. You have spelled out all your strengths and weaknesses, your opportunities and threats, your product. You have proved your product to be viable. You have provided all the economic demographics, and you have provided all the information that is needed. Now, your idea has actually become a science, and you have actually provided the entire roadmap from a startup to a profitable company in a specified amount of time. And that's the importance of a business plan, because business plan, what just happened is that business plan completely replaced your collateral. Your business plan
Wonderful.
became your collateral.
Good to know that. And I know that I always say that by way of a good business plan, you can prove that there is a technical viability and economic feasibility of your business.
Correct.
And which you can project in a well-documented business plan.
Correct.
I like your use of the term, like it's a roadmap.
It's a roadmap.
For any business.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So, is it necessary that a business should hire a CPA or other financial professional to prepare a well-documented business plan, or a person can prepare by himself? You know, this question would arise. Of course, the way you have explained, it's a very serious effort to prepare a business plan.
Correct.
This is not a casual effort. Like some people think that material is available on the web, just cut and paste and prepare a plan. You know, that document is not going to fly, and probably an intelligent banker is going to look through it, and he's going to ask for more collateral for the business.
Correct. That is absolutely correct, and you pretty much answered half the question within your question. But let me also
I spent
build
time
on
with
that.
you. This is how I learn.
Let me just extrapolate on that as well. So basically, what we're trying to do here is we're actually trying to put something original together. So the copy and paste and cut and paste goes out the window right at that point. We're not talking about picking somebody else's stuff and just copy and paste. And I mean, that's plagiarism too. So, you know, I mean, it moves you in a completely different direction. You're trying to climb a completely different branch. Business plan, you have an original idea, you have an original thought, you know exactly what you want to do, you know exactly how you're going to get there. The only thing is that only a professional can tell you what is realistic. Can you, in your industry, can you expect a 20% growth? Can you expect your break even to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now? If you are looking to have some equipment as a startup to get started with your business, whether leasing is a better option, should you put lease on there, or should you put financing in there? Where is the capital going to come from? What does the bank look for in a business plan? Only a professional who does it day in and day out would know all these things. So all you do is you bring them your idea. You tell them exactly what is it that you want to do. They already know how to lay it out. People who are in the business of constructing roads, if somebody wants to build a road from point A to point B, they're not going to build it themselves. They're going to come to them and they're going to say, okay, I need a road from here to here. You put it together. I don't know what kind of material it's going to need, or what is it that it will take for us to actually build it. So as I said, it is like a science, and only a person who does it day in and day out will understand the concept, and they will know what pieces go where and what is it that the financial institution is actually looking for in that business plan. Not everybody knows that. That person who understands all these things is the only person who will be able to help you with that part, and hopefully come up with a viable business plan that will take you places, that will get you what you're looking for, and hopefully get you on your way from being a startup to a profitable business in a matter of months, years, whatever it takes.
So that means business plan is also going to have financial projections of the business for the next 5-7 years. Is that correct?
Correct. So obviously you're in business to make money. You want to get to a positive bottom line as soon as possible. The business plan, again, the roadmap will tell you what is it that you're going to do, and how is that going to help you increase your bottom line to the point where you go from red to break even to blue and black and so on and so forth. So yes, absolutely, and actually financial projections are an integral part of a business plan. That's what it comes down to. If a bank is lending you money, they are going to see how soon are they going to get their money back from you, and how much potential they have in getting that money back from you. So obviously, some of these institutions will jump right at the projections. How long will it take for me to get my money back? So yes, absolutely, it is part of the business plan, and it is rather an important part of the business plan.
I agree with you. On a similar note, can we talk about the importance of the business plan from the point of view of an investor? Like a person is making a decision whether I should invest in this business or not. So, what points he will take into consideration?
Absolutely. So everything that we have talked about so far, some of the investors, even angel investors to an extent, they will not even talk to you if you do not have a business plan.
Right.
You may have an idea in your head. We all have ideas. We all have opinions. There's nobody out there that will not have an idea or an opinion. It's just that the person who goes to the extent of showing the commitment and putting it down and thinking through it, as you said, it is a serious exercise. It's not something that you build or put together in a day or two. It takes time. It takes effort. You literally go and close yourself behind closed doors for days, maybe weeks, until you have addressed everything that you could possibly come across along the way. What the roadmap is going to be. Your business plan is going to define what your strategy is going to be, what tactics you will use to achieve the goals that you are looking for. And that's what an investor, any kind of investor, be it, as I said, an angel investor, a bank, a financial institution, in most cases, the lending institutions, if you look at the requirements, the first thing they ask for is a business plan. Everything else comes later.
Especially for a startup business?
Correct.
Right?
Where do you want to go? What is it that you want to do? How will you get there? Everybody asks that questions, and they want those questions lined up so that it all makes sense and it's laid out as a roadmap so they can follow through and they can understand where the strengths are, where the weaknesses are, what the opportunities are, what the threats are. And a basic business plan, a well-written, solid business plan addresses all these things.
You are 100% right. I am pretty sure investor is going to look into the financial projections and see how the IRR, internal rate of return, is going to look like.
Absolutely.
He is concerned with his return,
He is,
right?
Exactly. As they say, for a venture capitalist,
Right.
they have a bottle of milk at 6 p.m. today.
Right.
They have to figure out a way to sell that bottle before it expires. 6 p.m. tomorrow, they bought it for 79 cents. They have to figure it out how to sell it for 85 cents. And that's where your business plan will come in, and it will show them how they will be able to sell that bottle by 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Let us say that you are an investor and you are looking at a business plan. So, how do you verify that numbers which are supporting the financial projections, those are realistic ones?
That's a very good question. That's an excellent question, actually. If you look at all the components of the business plan, everything is based on reality. It's based on general economic conditions. It's based on the demographics. It's based on the management of what this person has done in the past. It's based on the success of possible previous ventures. All these things put together make it a factual story of something that could possibly happen. So you're looking for more often or more probable than not scenario. Obviously, there are no guarantees here, but you are definitely looking for more probable than not outcome, and that's what the business plan does for you.
Because that is based on certain assumptions which you are very well documenting in the business plan. You are saying these are the assumptions based on which I am projecting these financials.
Correct.
So basically, if those assumptions are correct, I think result is going to be a good document.
Absolutely.
Right. Now let me touch upon the need of a good business plan from the immigration angle. Now we are talked from the bank's point of view, we are talked from the investor's point of view, and of course we are talked from the entrepreneur point of view, that you are looking at the bottom line, you want to increase the profit. Immigration authorities, they want to see a good business plan. Tell me, what is the significance in regard to people who want to file L1 or E-petitions or EB-5 petitions?
This will almost be like, I can talk to the audiences, to you, talking to you about it is almost like preaching to the choir. But in any case, as you know, it's an integral part. Your application is not complete without a business plan. It becomes even more important when you have somebody else, perhaps a CPA, preparing the business plan for you, and then it makes its way over to the attorney. Because not only it has to make sense from a business perspective, but all the legal requirements have to be met as well.
Good. Thank you very much for coming to our studio. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm sure audience enjoyed your presentation. Thank you very much for being with us.